welcome back to the local heroes here in the Rockhouse. Today with me is weddings, and I sort of read you have the number 3 as a connection, but I think it's the first time we meet in the interview.
Yeah. Yes, we have never met before.
Very nice to meet you.
You and me have met when I played with my other band
yeah, that's
last
a different
year,
story.
But that's a different story.
So, and it's also sort of like a classical band composition, like guitar, bass, drums, bass and drums. So where's your plan going with the band? Like, what do you play? What's your style?
We're a 3-piece, so we're aiming to be like Rush or Nirvana.
Ooh, that's
no, I think, you know, it's a classic setup, like you said, you know, drums, bass, guitar, and vocals, and we're just trying to squeeze as much out of that classic setup as we can in as creative way as possible.
So you just use like the, how to say, like the strongest instruments there are, or the most known, and try to push out the most of it?
Loud.
Loud.
We got to turn it up loud.
Why weddings? Why not marriage story? Or do you just stick like with the best
marriage
part of marriage?
Marriage was taken.
We're married to the music.
Ooh. Okay, now you took my joke. Thanks for that. Why Salzburg? Because it sounds like the beginning of a joke. A Canadian, a Spaniard, and a Swede coming to Salzburg.
We probably all walked into a bar at some point.
Nice.
But yeah, we met through work here. We came here all for work, and yeah, we started playing in a cover band, and then we kind of broke loose from that, and Jay came in with some originals, and yeah, we just started jamming them, and one thing led to the other. Yeah.
There's a really cool music community in Salzburg, and,
oh yeah,
and because we were all musicians from other countries, I think you find like-minded people wherever you go in the world, and we just happen to sort of magnetically gravitate towards people who are also musicians, and one thing led to another, and the next thing we knew, we were sort of welcomed with open arms to this Austrian music community, and we couldn't be happier about it. Yeah.
It wasn't, I have to say, it wasn't that easy for me at the beginning. Like, it wasn't that magnetic. I really had to run after people, asking everyone who plays music, who plays an instrument in the company. You know, like there's a lot of international people in the company where we met, and I'm like, I need to find someone who plays an instrument and form a band. And after a lot of asking, this happened. So yeah.
I always thought like musicians do a lot of noise in the first place, but okay, I guess that's reserved for a stage. How are the styles of the different countries? Are they like different, very different? Like Canadian is like other end of the world, but it's still sort of like Western? Or is it like more of a symbiosis? What do we say?
The styles of music that come from the countries, do you mean?
Yeah, of course.
I think that there's, you know, like we're all massive fans of rock and roll, heavy rock music. And I think around the world you find pockets of people who love that sound, bands who sort of play that style of music. So once the initial difficulty is over of finding other musicians, then you sort of meet the people that are, you know, into similar things to you. You come to rock shows here at Rockhouse, and you run into people who dig the same bands as you, and then, you know, those conversations start. And from there, you know, hopefully you build some cool relationships.
And then you gather, then you like to do music together.
Yeah.
I think it made a big difference to start meeting people who are locals too, you know, because we were just hanging around with people who are not from here. That means they're not very attached to the scene here, maybe, right? So, and then we started like actually meeting the locals and people who, like you said, are really into our sound. And that made things so much easier, and we feel so much support, you know, from the community in Austria, and we're really grateful.
Yeah, and then, you know, to be signed to an Austrian label was another step that we, you know, was, you know, fantastic for us. It was really great. To
sort of like draws you really to the country and the community.
It's interesting because, you know, we did an interview with FM Fear, and they had said one of the questions they asked was, you know, how do you feel being part of the music community that's not really known for being as welcoming? And we said that wasn't our experience, that we didn't feel that way. We hadn't seen that. Everyone was very welcoming to us, very supportive. And so, you know, hopefully we can build on that momentum.
Well, I'm sure Salzburg welcomed you brilliantly because you're playing now in the Rockhouse. It's like the first stepstone, always telling us like big rock musicians played here so far in the past, and well, we're gonna see what's the leading. What sound are we expecting tonight? Like your albums, or what do we got in the bags today?
No, one of you would need to.
Well, yeah, I mean, we just released our album recently on Stone Free Records. It's our first record. There's 8 tracks on it. We will play that album tonight in its entirety, but it's in its entirety on shuffle. Like you hit shuffle on Spotify.
Right.
I think he wants to know the style of music, though.
The style of music.
Yeah, I mean, it's
the
also
style of
interesting
music.
that
Well, I mean, we're loud and then we're quiet.
Heavy rock and roll. Okay.
Sometimes we're loud, sometimes we're quiet. A lot of harmonies. Ella and I both sing together, and that was, we were hoping that would be one of the focal points of this band is the male-female harmonies, vocal harmonies.
Marriage. Okay. I get it now. I get it. And where can we listen to your music? Like online, YouTube, Spotify? Where's your music?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. YouTube, Spotify, Bandcamp,
iTunes.
iTunes, the Stone Free Records website. We're trying to get it out to as many people as possible. And
you
again,
can get vinyl and CD.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's vintage.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were really excited to have our record.
Then we're excited to see and hear like the best part of the music, the live show. And I wish you best of luck and fun.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Hello, we're Weddings. Thank you all for coming. We're so excited to be playing here tonight. We just released our first album, Haunt. We got CD, vinyl, t-shirts. You can get them later if you want. Thank you so much for coming.
This is called Labyrinth.
Dankeschön.
You guys all did it. You braved the storm of 2020, the Salzburg hurricane last night, the snowstorm, and the fucking coronavirus to come here. Woo! Round of applause for you fucking guys. got lost. Both of us, both of us. Both of us. Danke. Can we get the lights down low? Real low. Can we flood this thing with smoke?
soul in message.
You guys having a good time? Fuck, this is so cool to play this big room with you guys. Holy shit balls. We were over there a couple of weeks ago in the small bar, which is also awesome, with Swan Valley Heights. You guys know them? Fucking wicked, hey? And the first band, you guys here for that? How did you like it? Round of applause for them. Yeah. 2 more acts after us.
Looks like another bad decision now, for sure. Hate to admit it, but below is now not the same as up above. Had to say it and then threw it out the door. I can't say no to you anyway. I can't say
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna do something special now. We're gonna invite someone onto the stage. Sometimes we're three.
Sometimes four.
And sometimes Phil is too far away to come play with us. He plays when he can, but he lives in Sweden. Phil. Round of applause for Phil. Phil fucking bass face Nordling. But taking Phil's place right now is our other bass player, Christoph. Woo! Cheer for Christoph. The song's called Pyramids.
Thank you.
The next album will be recorded with 2 bass players. We're gonna do one more song. Hi. Prost! More weddings. I see some t-shirts out there. Look at that sexy bastard. Woohoo!
Ese Juan.
Elena.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.